Welcome back to American Arms Channel, guys. I'm Drake, and this is my Ruger SR 1911. But it looks a little different right now. It's got a Chip McCormick 10 round power mag in it. That's not quite it. Barrel seems a little shiny there. Maybe that's about the same. It's got a compensator on it, so I definitely had to replace the barrel. But, that's a nasty wadded up hollow point right there. It looks like a gold dot. And what are these over here? Well, that's not a 45, is it? It looks a little long. What is this? Oh, no. Something wicked this way comes. And no, the gun fairy didn't drop off magically a 460 Rowland conversion. Of course, I put it in here, but this gun just came into a different class with power levels capable of being reached almost equivalent to or equivalent to a 44 Magnum in a semi-automatic standard frame 1911 without going into an extended frame or something like a Desert Eagle. This is fantastic. This is an absolutely amazing cartridge conversion that turns your standard 45 ACP handgun into a powerhouse. And yes, there are options out there like 45 ACP plus P and 45 Super, but neither one of those options will put you in the actual 44 Magnum power level. And with the capability of buying factory loads that will put you out at 1,000 foot-pounds of energy, driving a 230 grain slug at around 1,400 feet per second, the 460 Rowland is nothing to sneeze at. In fact, with that loading by Underwood, it has the same power as XM193 55 grain full metal jacket being fired out of a 10.5 inch AR-15 barrel. Granted, the hydrostatic shock will not be as great as a rifle bullet traveling 2,000 to 2,200 feet per second, but it's absolutely got the bone-crushing power to take game animals out to extended handgun hunting ranges, as well as be an outstanding choice for personal defense. And you don't have to carry a full-size handgun to do it. You can carry a smaller handgun and still generate full-size 10mm handgun power levels with the 460 Rowland. In the short time I've had it, I've played with about 5 different bullets so far, developing just a couple loads that still could be perfected, but have all turned into great defensive and hunting loads, and they're still not topped out at speeds which are generally recorded with this cartridge. It's a little tricky hand loading, trying to play with all the different powders. Right now, the top 3 contenders have been Winchester Autocomp, Alliant Power Pistol, and Hodgdon CFE Pistol. All have been excellent powders and in their own right have a perfect place in Magnum and non-Magnum handgun cartridges. The bullets I've selected are off-the-shelf bullets you can find at most sporting goods stores or retailed online for very reasonable prices. 185 grain Federal Hydroshock, 250 grain 45 Colt purposed Hornady XTP, Spear 45 Colt purpose 260 grain jacketed hollow point, and of course the venerable standby, the Spear Gold Dot. I've also tried lead round nose bullets, which are good for cannon fodder, but if you push them too fast, they tumble. Unless, of course, you've got hard casts. Unfortunately, I do not have hard casts at this time. But we've got 3 good loads going. This 250 grain XTP is being driven by 9.4 grains of long shot powder by Hodgdon, averaging muzzle velocity of around 1140 to 1150 feet per second. This Hydroshock, averaging a velocity of about 1400 to 1420 feet per second, is producing about 800 foot-pounds of energy and is basically a varmint grenade when it hits. Designed for velocities below 1100 feet per second, this bullet is an absolute grenade. It goes off like a Hydroshock should, but man, it tears itself apart. It turns inside out, and if you're looking for something for vermin, whether they're 4 or 2-legged, this would be a very nasty choice. And then, of course, the Gold Dot. And yes, Underwood has loaded the Gold Dot to 1400 feet per second. I don't know how they got it there. This one in particular is being backed by CFE pistol. Don't remember the charge weight, and don't remember the charge weight on the Hydroshock either. But this one is averaging 1225 feet per second. And through 2 water jugs and about 10 inches of wet cardboard / heavy paper, this guy came out. So obviously any faster and we're really not going to get much better performance out of it. We're just going to start tearing it apart with a solid base penetrating probably to acceptable distances. But this thing is definitely capable of being driven much faster. And even so, we're going to test out these cartridges as I can get them to their maxes without blowing primers, without causing any sort of case stretching or anything like that. So fairly conservative, all of them running 800 foot-pounds or less. So still about 20 to 25% under factory ratings. But man, that rivals, if not surpasses, many, many standard 10mm loads that you can get on the market. And there are powerhouses you can get from Underwood ammunition that will equal this. But no, they're not going to be really that much less expensive. They're going to be about the same price. So really personal preference here. But man, this 460 Rowland conversion is just something awesome. If you want the most badass thing you can put in your 45 caliber Glock, 1911 XD, Smith & Wesson M&P, etc., etc., the 460 Rowland is where it's at. At least it's where it's at for me. I hope you guys are excited about seeing more about this cartridge conversion as well as my load development here. We're going to do some groupings. We're going to do some terminal testing, some ballistic testing, I guess, backyard ballistic testing, shooting different mediums. We're going to test penetration. We're going to do all sorts of fancy things and not so fancy things with this cartridge, and we're going to find out exactly what it's all about. So, if you are not subscribed to the channel and you want to stay up to date on the 460 Rowland project here on American Arms channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell if you want to receive notifications. If you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike and let me know what I can do better. I always love constructive criticism. This is going to be a longer project like the 2545 Sharps. I'm a little bit focused on this, but more videos to come on the Sharps as well as other cartridges. We're going to compare this thing to 357 Magnum, to 9mm Gold Dot plus P, to 40 Smith & Wesson out of a carbine barrel. All manner of things to see if this cartridge really does give you a greater advantage than anything else. Primarily, I bought this for hunting, but it's quickly becoming an awesome option for self-defense. Anyways, guys, I could talk forever and ever about this, but I'll let you listen to me yammer and shoot this gun in the following videos, which you'll find in the Mighty 460 Rowland playlist. So make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, and as always, God bless, keep your powder dry. I'll see you in the next video.